What is going on, YouTube-averse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday. And I'm so excited to be going through the 2000s. We've hit 2002, and I'm giving you my Top 5 personal favorite albums of 2002. So this is going to be, man, it was such a great year in music. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it at number 5.
We get high in backseats of cars. We break into
Kill the Moonlight by Spoon. Spoon, if you've watched my channel long enough, you know that they're one of my current favorite bands, really one of my favorite bands of all time at this point. And I feel like this was the first album where they really kind of became Spoon. Like they really grew into their sound. Their first several albums were okay, you know, they were nothing great, and they didn't get much critical praise either. But this is the one where you could really tell that they were that they had the Spoon sound, you know, with songs like Small Stakes and The Way We Get By. It was a little more catchy, and while still being, you know, alternative, weird enough for kind of the hipsters to dig it, but also starting to get radio and airplay. Possibly, I'm not sure. I think that The Way We Get By was used, maybe not at the time, but in several films and TV series and things like that. But Britt Daniel and the guys, always solid efforts. And this is the beginning of something special. So now at number 4... Sea Change by Beck. Got to love Beck, and this record was something that I really wasn't expecting, even though everybody knew that Beck at this point could do pretty much anything he wanted to do. But no one was really expecting Beck to do a sad acoustic breakup record, but you know, he probably wasn't expecting it either. But you know, after a breakup, sometimes you just gotta, you know, get all that emotion out. And man, there's so many beautiful ballads on this record, like It's All in Your Mind and Guess I'm Doing Fine, Lonesome Tears. What an amazing track. And of course, the production by Nigel Godrich takes this to another level, because you know, on the surface these are very well written songs and work well in an acoustic setting, but the little things that are in the background that and the strings that sometimes accompany the music just really lift it. And there's so much beauty on here. That's really what I wasn't expecting, because Beck often is, you know, very ironic with his lyrics, but everything here is just cut bare for the world to see, and it's a great record. Highly recommend it, and that's just my number 4. So now at number 3.
Hey now, baby.
The Big Come Up by the Black Keys out of Akron, Ohio, the debut album by the Keys, Dan Auerbach and Pat Carney. And man, what an amazing debut album. Like, talk about a garage rock record. These guys literally recorded this themselves in their basement. And yes, it's very lo-fi, but in such a cool, gritty, bluesy way. They really show their influences on their sleeve here, with songs like Busted and Do the Rump, which is actually kind of a take on, I can't remember the blues artist's name that they took it from, but man, they really rock that out. And then you've got The Breaks, which I think is one of the coolest guitar riffs that I had heard in a long time when I heard this album. You even got a version of She Said by the Beatles on here, which is very cool, a different alternate take. And yeah, you gotta love it. The Black Keys, man, starting out strong, and that's just my number 3. So now at number 2, Oh by Damien Rice, another breakout debut album that upon my first listen, I was just transported, man. Just the song Delicate, which I know I've talked about several times on this channel already. Just one of the greatest love ballads of all time. It is heartbreaking, but also just, God, there's so much emotion there to it. Then you've got Volcano, which has like this really cool groove to it. The cello, the background vocals by Lisa Hannigan, just really bring it into this nice coffee house kind of vibe, but Damien Rice really transcends the acoustic singer-songwriter box that some people end up in with other songs like Cannonball and The Blower's Daughter, which is just incredible. The whole album is great from start to finish, but side A is just, oh my God, incredible. And that is just my number 2. So now at number 1, A Rush of Blood to the Head by Coldplay. Absolutely love this record. I've done a review of it here on the channel. I give it a 10 out of 10. The only record of this millennium thus far that I give that high a rating to. And, you know, as soon as I heard it, I absolutely fell in love with it. Of course, I was already somewhat of a fan from Parachutes with songs like Trouble and Yellow, but here, man, they just took it to the next level. They ramped up the rock with songs like Politic and Clocks, and even In My Place, as poppy as that is, Will Champion's drums just are so strong in the mix on the track. The whole record is just mixed perfectly. There's not a weak moment on here. Even gems like A Whisper and the title track. Amsterdam is one of the most beautiful closing tracks you'll ever hear. And oh my God, The Scientist, one of the greatest ballads you'll ever hear. I mean, this album is so well-rounded. God Put a Smile Upon My Face. I'm just going to mention all the song titles because I love them all. Green Eyes, another beautiful gem of a song. There's just, you know, Daylight, even though that's not one of my favorites, there is nothing that I don't love on here. And it's one of those albums that at the time, it was just, I had this on repeat all the time. Whenever I go back to it, it puts a huge smile on my face. And, you know, just like God Put a Smile on My Face. And I think that Coldplay have never topped it and probably never will. But, man, I mean, that's hard to do when you got a 10 out of 10 record, right? So that's my top 5, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you're so bold, leave me a top 10 because, as I said, this was a pretty strong year in music history. And guys, we got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, so much more. Thank you for watching, and as always, Viva La Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.